Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are going to learn vocabulary. This session is mainly for vocabulary, and in vocabulary we are going to discuss countries, nationalities, and languages. Okay, starting with the first part of the question, that is using the. Most names of countries are used without the, but some countries and other names have the before them. For example, the United States, the USA, the United Kingdom, the UK, the Netherlands, the Philippines, the United Arab Emirates, the UAE, the European Union, the Commonwealth. And these are like different countries where we use the with these. The next thing is adjectives referring to people, countries, and languages. I mean, when you use these like nationalities or countries as adjectives. Okay, adjectives referring to people, countries, and languages with ISH, like British. The last letters are ISH. Britain is the country, British is the nationality. Irish, Flemish, Polish, Danish, Turkish, Spanish, or these are like the languages, like Spanish is a language, okay? Turkish is a language. Next one with IAN, like Canada, Canadian, Brazilian, Latvian, Korean, Russian, Australian. Then we come with ESE, like Japanese, Chinese, Vietnamese, Portuguese, Maltese, Taiwanese. Next one is with I, like Israeli, Iraqi, Kuwaiti, Pakistani, Yemeni, Bangladeshi. Then comes with IC, like Iceland is the place, and the people are called Icelandic, or the language they speak is Icelandic, or Arabic, or Slavonic. Some adjectives are worth learning separately. They don't follow any rules like ISH or IAN or ESE. It's like Swiss, Thai, Greek, Dutch, Cypriot. Okay, these are like unusual or like not coming with any kind of pattern. Then we have the next part is the nationalities. We'll discuss different nationalities here. Some nationalities and cultural identities have nouns for referring to people. I mean, when they refer to people, like the nationalities, the people living in that country. For example, a Finn. Okay, when you mention to someone from Finland, you say a Finn visited. A Swede, another person or nationality. A Turk, a Spaniard, a Dane, a Briton, an Arab, a Pole. For most nationalities, we can use the adjective as a noun. I mean, for most nationalities, we can use the adjective as a noun. Okay, for example, a German, an Italian, a Belgian, a Catalan, a Greek, an African, or we can say a European. Some need woman, men, person added to them. You can't say a Dutch. So if in doubt, we use them like a Dutch man. We don't say a Dutch if we are not sure whether man or a male or a female. we say a Dutchman, a French woman, an Irish person, an Icelandic man. Okay, so it's like mainly the lesson is how to say the nationalities, languages, and countries, and talking about different world regions. Slightly different topic, but it's good to know something about, in general, about different countries and about different nationalities. Okay, just give me thumbs up if you can hear me well or you are understanding well. All right, just give me thumbs up so that I will continue working on that. Okay, so the next part is the next part of our this reading part is about world regions. Okay, we will discuss different world regions here. All right, there are, as you see the world map, the globe is also there, so you can see different continents are mentioned here, like Asia is here. See here, Australia is here, then South America, North America, different regions are mentioned over here. The Middle East is here, okay, Europe is here. So you can just have a look at this part and we will just talk about it a bit more. Okay, now when you talk about regional groups and ethnic groups. In regional and ethnic groups, people belong to ethnic groups and regional groups such as African, Caribbean. I mean, when we call someone's ethnic background or his regional background, in which part of the world he belongs to or she belongs to. So we simply say African Caribbean. So you will get it that which part of the world this person belongs to, or he is Asian. You can simply say it when someone says Asian, you know he belongs to the region which is covering Asia. Or if even further, you can go in further detail. You can say, being more specific, South Asia. I mean, in Asia, you go more deep down in the South region, and you will understand that he belongs to which country. Okay, then we have Latin American, okay, North American, North African, then Scandinavian, South African, European, or Arabic, right? These can be used as countable nouns or as adjectives, right? We can use them as countable nouns or we can use them as adjectives. Okay, next part is Europeans often find Asian, this is like an example, Europeans often find Asian cultures to be very different from their own culture. I mean, the people from Europe, Europeans here represent the people who live in European countries. And Asian mean the people who live in Asia. Europeans often find Asian cultures to be very different from their own culture. Okay, the next example is about Arabic culture. I mean, the countries which cover the Arab world, like Middle East. Okay? Arabic culture spreads across a vast region of North Africa and the Middle East. Okay, and the next part is people speak dialects as well as languages. Okay, there are different dialects and different languages people speak. Everyone has a native language, like we all have our native language, our first language. Native language is also called your first language, and then you can have a second language or the languages which you have acquired with the passage of time. But there is always a first language, the language which you which was your first language as a child, or your native language, sometimes called mother tongue. This is also called your mother tongue, mean your native language or your first language. Many have second and third languages. If you have acquired another language, that is your second language, and there is a third language which you can use to communicate, that is your third language. Some people are expert in more than one language and are bilingual. I mean, if you can speak two languages, you are bilingual. And if you can use just one language, you are monolingual. You are monolingual. If you can speak one language. But if you can speak two languages, you are bilingual. But if you can use more than two languages, you can use to communicate, you are multilingual person. Okay, so it's like, for example, I am multilingual person. I can speak like more than two languages, so that I will come in the category of multilingual, right? People who only know one language are called monolingual. Yeah, this is something I just mentioned earlier. All right. So some are monolingual, some are bilingual, some are multilingual. So now you can understand in which category do you fall. Are you a monolingual? Are you a bilingual person? Or you are multilingual? So this was like a brief introduction about regional groups and ethnic groups. Okay. And here is the world regions. Okay. Then we discuss different nationalities. We discuss adjectives referring to people, countries, and languages. And we also discuss when we use the United States, the United Kingdom, the Philippines, or the United Arab Emirates. Uh, we use that. Now we move on to exercises here. Okay, we will just complete, keeping in mind the discussion which we have just completed. We will see, here we have like a couple of exercises, how well we understand. We will just go through these exercises one by one, and we will try to understand, or just go a little bit in details. Okay. Can I have someone who can read question exercise 5.1?
Okay, I'll read.
Yes, please.
Okay. Exercise 5.1. Put each of the countries into the correct column depending on which adjectives are used to refer to the people or language of that country.
Right.
We have Ireland, Iceland, Thailand, Latvia, Israel, Switzerland, China, Pakistan, Turkey, Arabia, Brazil, Korea, and Denmark.
Okay, so these are different countries from different world regions, right? We have Ireland, it's already completed. Iceland, uh, Thailand, Latvia, Israel, Switzerland, China, Pakistan, Turkey, Arabia, Brazil, the Netherlands, Korea, Denmark. So what are we going to do with these countries? Put each of the countries into the correct column depending on which adjectives are used to refer to the people or language of that country. Okay, so let's start with countries with which come with AN, with the first part. Which countries we can write in this under this heading, like IAN. For example, Latvian. Is there any other country which comes in this category? For example, Latvian. Uh, we can also say Arabian. We can say Arabian.
Brazilian,
Yeah, Arabian, Brazilian.
Korean,
Yeah, let me write it here. The first one we can say Arabian. Then we have Latvian. Then We have Brazilian,
Korean.
Brazilian and Korean. Okay. Brazilian and Korean. Now we will look for the countries which fall in the second category. Mohammed says, oh, there is no, Mohammed, are you taking it from the list or you are just giving from your mind? We are not taking from our mind. We need to complete the list which is given above. You can choose from these countries. And once you choose, you can cross it. Like Latvian, we have Arabian, we will cross these countries. Okay. And now we move on to IC. Which countries fall in this category? You know,
Icelandic.
Icelandic. That's right. Icelandic. Icelandic. That's one. Maybe one more country.
Netherlands. I'm not sure about that.
Netherlands doesn't end with IC.
Like,
That doesn't end with IC, like Icelandic.
can we say Switzerlandic? No, we cannot. I
No,
think.
we can't.
Okay.
Yes, Mohammed, can you find a country which which adjective ends with IC?
Can we say the Netherlandic
It
or
can
not?
be a language as well. It can be a language as well. Thailandic? No, not really. No. Why don't you go for Arabic? Arabic
Yeah.
is a language. Arabic is a language. Okay. You can go for Arabic. Arabic is a language. Okay. So next one is ISH. For example, Irish.
Turkish. Turkish.
Irish. Turkish. Yes, that's right. Irish. Turkish. Okay. After Irish, you have Turkish. Then we will, I don't think there is another
Yeah.
another example. We will check at the end. Next one, we go with the words which end with I, the language or adjective.
Pakistani.
And
Israeli.
Pakistani, that's
Pakistani.
right. Pakistani, of course. Okay.
Israeli.
Israeli, yes, that's right. Israeli. Is there another one?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, no problem. We will check at the end. Which one is left? We will write. Next one, ESE.
Chinese.
Chinese. Yeah, that's right. Chinese.
I think so. It's the
Okay.
only one. Like,
No, there might be one more. One more.
Denmarkese.
Pakistanis.
No, we don't say Denmarkese. No. Pakistani is already done.
Oh yeah, understood. I'm not sure about the Denmark.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Let's say the country is Vietnam. Okay, we have a country here, Vietnam. Okay, and we can say Vietnamese. Okay,
It's not in the given.
yeah, it's not there. It can be, but we write it with this anyway. You can skip that one. Or is there any other country
Yeah, Switzerland.
where the language is spoken is called Vietnamese? Okay. Next one is the other countries. What are they?
Thailand, Switzerland.
Yeah, but what is the language spoken there or the nationality? We can't say Thailand.
English.
But we can say Thai.
Yeah.
So the others In others, write Thai, Thai, and then there is another country, Switzerland.
Swids, SWEDE, Swid.
Sorry,
Swiss.
Can we
Swiss.
say Swids or Swid?
Swiss.
Swift. Swift is, I think, is a
No, no.
car.
SWEDE, Swid.
No, no, no. Swiss.
Swiss language.
SWIS. SWIS.
Swiss.
Swiss. Okay. Uh, there is another country that is Denmark. The nationality or the language which they speak,
So Dutch.
Dutch. Yeah, that's right.
Dutch.
That's Dutch. Okay. Uh, okay. Next one. Is there any other country which is left? The Netherlands. It can be, I'm not sure, it can be Danish, either from Dutch or Danish. Okay. So you can also add this one here. And there is Arabian we have already used. Arabian is used to refer the Arabian Peninsula of Saudi Arabia or Arab world. Arab can also be used as an adjective in expressions such as the Arab world, Arab state, Arab countries, Arab person. But Arabic is the language. You know, the language which we speak is Arabic. Okay, so this is some kind of practice when we say the country. You can just go for some more details, that when you look at the country, what is the nationality called and what is the language spoken in that country. Mostly it is related to the nationality of the person, but not all the time. For example, Pakistani don't say the Pakistani language, they say Urdu, right? But in some countries, like for example, Arabs speak Arabic, you know. Okay, the next part is slightly different. Okay, if you look at the regions, the globe is also, I tried to copy it here. We have already seen this slightly bigger in size. It says the lesson is mainly if you are good at geography or history of the different countries, maybe you can perform better. But those who are not very good at geography, they might find it difficult. So let's say this one, match the countries with their world regions. I mean, there are different regions given, like the Middle East, Southern Africa, Scandinavia, East Asia, Central America, and North Africa. Okay, and on the first side, the countries are Sweden, Cambodia, Nicaragua, Tunisia, Saudi Arabia, and Botswana. I, I, one or two I don't know, and one or two I know very well. Like for example, I have a friend, my very good friend, he lives in Botswana. So from that, I know where Botswana is. So or the present country where I live is Saudi Arabia. So that's another thing. Tunisia, I have another very good friend. He's working with me here, but he is originally from Tunisia, right? So the others, Sweden, Cambodia, Nicaragua. Nicaragua is, I even didn't know much about this before. I just came to me now. And the other are like the regions, the Middle East, Southern Africa, Scandinavia, East Asia. Can you just put the letters? For example, number one is Sweden, it's C, that is a Scandinavian country. So it goes with, Sweden goes with C. Okay. Can you find the easier one first. Let's say
I
Saudi Arabia. Let's start with Saudi Arabia. 2D. So someone says 2D. Can we see first Saudi Arabia?
Middle East.
Middle East. Okay, so number 4 is
Number 5.
number 5 is Saudi Arabia, and the answer is
A.
A.
yes. Okay. Okay, let's choose another easier one. Let's go for, it depends which one you know that is easier for you.
I
Okay,
know the Botswana. Like I think so.
Botswana. Okay, where is Botswana?
It's somewhere in Africa.
Yeah, it is. It is actually next to South Africa.
Yeah, like
Botswana, it's a small place. It's like the people who live, it's an independent country, but it's too small. And if you live in Botswana, you can come to South Africa anytime without any visa or without anything. So one of my friend lives there, and so he told me some basic details. They live in Botswana, but they keep coming and going, or they work in South Africa, but they live in Botswana, and they keep commuting every day. So number 6 goes with B. Okay, so we are done with 2. We are left 3 more. So let's try.
the number 3 and number 4 are. I
Yeah.
heard the name first time.
Okay. So let's say Cambodia. Cambodia. You can.
It's
Someone
like
said 2D. Muhammad Mansha, you are very right. 2D. Yes. Cambodia is in South Asia. Okay, and number 3 is Nicaragua.
Not.
I think so. It's somewhere from Africa again.
No, it's not.
It's not just a guess.
Central Africa.
It's actually Central America, and Tunisia is from North Africa.
Not Africa.
North of Africa. I don't know much about geography. Um, just this is something very basic. Next one is, so we are done with all these here. We can repeat one more time. Number 2 is D, number 3 E, number 4 is F, number 5 A, and number 6 is B. Okay, we move on. There is another question here. It says, correct the mistakes in these newspaper headlines. So, Mariam, can you read number 1 and 2, and we can find out what is the mistake here?
Okay. Soccer sensation. England team captain to marry a French. No. We have to add the man or a woman here.
Okay, so
It's
soccer
French.
sensation mean soccer famous player, England team captain to marry a Frenchman or French woman. Okay, number 2.
Britons have highest tax rate in Europe.
Okay, Britons have highest tax rate in Europe. Is there, what kind of mistake is there?
I think so. Da will come before Europe.
No. It's related to country. The mistake is with country or nationality. Can you look at the word which I have underlined it?
Okay, Britons.
Any guesses?
British? Can we say
British is
British have highest?
How will you spell we have already studied this word before. Is Britain, not Britain. Uh, Britons have highest tax rate in Europe. Britons, okay, have highest tax rate in Europe. Okay.
It was like spelling mistake.
Okay. Number 3, Maltese Prime Minister visits Washington. Maltese Prime Minister visits Washington.
Maltese.
The country is Malta. What will be the nationality of Malta? What can be the nationality of someone from Malta? Maltese? Not really. It's actually Maltese. Maltese.
Yeah.
Maltese Prime Minister visits. Maltese Prime Minister visits Washington. Okay, we move on to number 4. Police arrest Danish on smuggling charge. Police arrest Danish or Danish. If I say Danish, it's a name in some countries, and if I say Danish, it's related to a country. So what we studied actually in the previous page, we studied this word. It's not Danish.
Dutch.
No, it's not.
Dutchman.
Basically, it's Dane. In the previous page, there was some explanation about this one. We went through, when we were talking about a Swede, a Finn, someone from Finland, a Turk, a Spaniard, a Dane, a Briton, an Arab, a Pole. So it's a Dane. A Dane, police arrest Dane on, basically should be a Dane on smuggling charges. Okay, number 5 should be very easy. So I'm not going to underline any word. Can you correct number 5, please?
Pakistanian.
So this is wrong, right?
I mean, Pakistani president.
Underline, you can underline. Okay, there is another mistake here. We don't say Iraqian delegation. We don't say Pakistanian, we say Pakistani.
It's Iraqi delegation.
Iraqi, yeah, we don't say Iraqian, we say Iraqi. And we don't say Pakistanian, we say Pakistani.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's Iraqi and Pakistani. Okay, next one, it's more like a general knowledge question. And I don't know how good you are at this kind of general knowledge. It means you give like a few famous names. Number 1, Argentinian sportsman or woman. If you are a lover of football, so I'm sure you know this man is world famous, Diego Maradona. Okay, a world famous football player, and his name is Diego Maradona. Okay, if you want to know more about it, you can just Google it in your free time. You will learn. But if you know something about football or you love football, sure you will be familiar with this name. Okay, next one is number 2. Any Spanish actor, mean any actor who is Spanish. It is very famous coming in British movies. Now here answers can be different. There is one very famous. He has uh, come in many movies. His name is Penelope Cruz. Okay? So he is from, basically he is Spanish. Okay. Um, Next one, South African political leader. It's, I think, very easy. Everybody knows. Can you name a world famous South African political leader? He stayed in jail for like 30 years. And recently, I think like a year or two, he just died. Nelson Mandela. Yes, Muhammad, that's right. So his name is Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela, very world famous. He has his, so many books are written on him. So that is from South Africa. Okay, next one, we need someone who's a singer from Australia, Australian singer. I don't know many singers. I know many cricketers from Australia, as we watch a lot of cricket from Australia. So you can find a name. I will just write down one name, which I just took from internet, but I don't listen much Australian music. So it's a, okay, next one is Italian opera singer. Okay, so we can, you can write any opera singer if you know. You can write it here. I will just give you one example, and you can just Google it later to find out more about Italy and Italian. If they give us like Italian food, maybe we can give one example or two about Italian food. Sometimes we eat Italian food, and I'm sure you know some famous food from Italy. Okay, next one is about Irish rock music band. Irish rock music band.
There is
Again,
one. It's named
yeah,
as like the Cranberries.
I'm not sure, so I cannot say yes or no. The next one is someone I know very well, and I have been watching him from a very long time. American golfer. He was very young, like 7 or 8 years, if I'm not wrong. He started playing golf, and he is world famous. Okay, his name starts with T. If you can guess that. His name starts. He is like a tiger. Okay, so it can be, does it, anything comes to your mind? Tiger Woods is very famous. These days we don't see him much often, but he is a world famous golf player. Okay, the last part, this is about you. You will have your own answers here. Like the first question is, I am, you can write it down, your nationality. Okay, you write first letter capital, write your nationality. Yes, Anis says Pakistani. Yes, I have written Pakistani. My first language is, now here you write your first language. Whatever your first language is, you write it down. It's Urdu. Someone says Pashto. Wow. Anis says his first language is Pashto. Okay. That is a regional language of that province. Okay, the next one, I speak. How many languages do you speak? Like, for example, I speak 3 languages. Okay. So If you speak 2 languages, you are bilingual. If you speak 1 language, you are monolingual. If you speak 3 languages or more, you are multilingual. You are multilingual person. Okay. Number 4, my ethnic or regional group is, mean from which
Asian.
region you belong to. Yes, group is, my ethnic or regional group is Asia. That's right. Okay. Number 5, I have visited these countries. Now you can write countries which you have visited, 1 or 2 or okay, or 3. Okay, okay. Anis says Pakistan only. Hopefully you will visit Anis in future, different other countries. Okay. Okay. And just giving you a few examples. This is not like, or you can just write 1 or 2 countries or 3 countries. Like I have visited a couple of countries, neighboring countries like Oman, like UAE, or like these countries. You know, once I had like 3 days visit to Oman, so I stayed there. Canada, Saudi Arabia. Um, Places like this. Okay, next one is I would like to travel to, now here you I want to travel to France maybe, or no, Turkey, because recently after watching these drama which is on air these days, so we have started liking Turkey. So maybe, yeah, Turkey, UK, Canada. Yeah, that's right. One language I would like to learn, Turkish. Okay, that's the language maybe in future would like to learn. Arabic, yeah, Anis, I already know Arabic. So after teaching you English, I will teach you Arabic. I'm not very good at Arabic, but I can communicate very well. Okay. The next thing is, I have never been to these 2 countries. You can write the names of the 2 countries here, the countries which you have never visited or you haven't been there. And you can give any 2 examples. USA, UK, okay, India, Afghanistan, okay. That's right. If whenever you visit a country, you learn so many things. Um, Recently, one of my friends visited Sri Lanka, and he was very excited and very happy that it's very cheap country, but at the same time, it's very green, and he enjoyed the food over there and the scenery and the beautiful things over there. Okay, so with this, we come to the end of this lesson. It wasn't a very detailed lesson, but I thought we will just do it, that at least you will have some idea about different nationalities, different cultures, different languages, different regions, and you will get some vocab from this. So I hope it was helpful. We will continue working on the next lesson in our on Sunday, and with this I'll stop the session, and I'll see you on Sunday.